wong kang murka atine ra duwe ati uripe ra berarti dicoba-capi dunya ora ngerti suwarga sapa dadi dalang sing lali sedulur papat limo panjer iso nyekel wayang ora iso dadi panutan lan pager bumi konjang-kanjeng langit gemerlap urip ketunyan wong cilik rati anggap mikir weteng atine peteng.
Well, I'll give the prehistory, and then Nova will jump in, because that's how it worked. I've been working alone for quite a while. I just was imagining a music that didn't exist, say like in early 2000, around that time, when electronic music was getting more portable. You didn't need a big ass studio with all this racks of gear. You could just use your computer and some little bit of MIDI gear and stuff. So I was like, now it's accessible. And it's portable, and so I got some gear and I went on the road. I spent a lot of time in Morocco, and I was going back and forth to Brazil, and I started making music to reflect the sounds of these places that I was. I was always studying rhythm, and eventually this came together in a series of albums, which brought me, because I worked with someone who sang in Bahasa Indonesian, and that eventually kind of introduced me to Indonesian people, and one of the people who invited me was Nova to play in Jakarta at one point.
Okay. So that's the prehistory. And how did you guys decide to start this collaboration?
That started from when I invited him to Indonesia, basically.
Okay.
We just tried once to perform together. I challenged myself to sing a dangdut song that time with Filastine, actually. It was quite a failure. But it was a good start, apparently. And then that was end of 2008 for the Taring Padi birthday party, 10th birthday party in Yogyakarta. And then 2009, Gray decided to have a trial and did a tour together for 2 weeks in Japan, just to see if we have a good vibe together and have same perspective about music and life in general, basically.
Okay.
And we did it.
Nice.
Yes, quite well. And then we continue since then to Europe and etc.
Well, the term comes from this word in English. It's actually in the dictionary, but it's spelled with a PH.
That's why.
Yeah, it's spelled a little bit funny. This is the phonetic spelling, because I live in Spain. I'm based in Barcelona, and just like in Bahasa Indonesian and Spanish, you always spell phonetically.
Yeah.
So it's spelled so you read it, you can say it, right? The original English spelling is all messed up, like English tends to be, and but it's the same word, Filastine, and it means the people who are kind of barbaric, who didn't accept the Old Testament when the religion arrived to what we now call Palestine. In fact, those words are actually the same root word. They're the people who didn't accept the new religion, and so in fact we're kind of pagans. I always think that music is better heard than talked about, but since we got to talk,
you
since
kind
we
of
got
have
to talk,
to. Okay, kind of bound
you're going to twist my arm. I would say that one of the primary elements is about smashing up borders.
Okay.
About really aggressively undermining, going so underground that you don't even see the borders and you just pop up the other side, or just smacking right into them and trying to wreck them. And that means, in many ways, those are political borders. Like we're working between someone who was raised in America, is based in Barcelona, and someone who is Javanese, based in Indonesia, going to somewhere like Japan or Australia. Well, imagine what the visas are like for that.
Oh yeah.
So we end up like really fighting against political borders all the time, but then musical borders are the other things that we're always trying to undermine and deconstruct, which is, we're making bass music, but that's a really broad term. What does that mean? I mean, there's elements of dubstep or trap or indie or any kind of whatever thing that we happen to have an ear for. And people say, we hear a lot of like ethnic music in your sounds and your compositions. And to that I would say that either everything is ethnic music or nothing is ethnic music, because if Javanese music or if gamelan is ethnic, well, why isn't dubstep? I mean, to me, that's like ethnic music from one part of London that happened to be made by some pasty white kids in their basements. It's still ethnic music to me. It's like the world is horizontal. And so it's about freely mixing musics and approaching sound horizontally and hearing it all equally, combining it as we like.
There's one person who described me pretty well. Who was that? Hold on a second. Who was that? He said like, oh, when I listen to you sounds like a modern sinden. Something like that. A modern sinden. It's like you sing like sinden, but it doesn't sound ancient at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big rupture or anything from the whole continuum of the kind of thesis that is Filastine. There's a kind of overarching thesis, and it fits within it. It hasn't departed, but it keeps on transforming, and I'm happy with the direction things are going. Because what I'm hearing is like, Nova listens to a lot of indie music, and I feel that kind of sad indie thing is coming out in the music better now, which I love. It's like another new layer in the sound, and also I'm just learning. I'm continuing to learn on production, so I'm learning harmonies better, and I'm learning how to make the sound more like crispy, crunchy, open, spacious. As the tools are becoming, the tools are just like my hands are forming to the tools better, and so for less time I get better results.
Actually, inspiration always come from whatever happens around you, like around me, every day. So, and it's actually what I do and I have to do is to get as much as inspiration as I can.
Nice job.
But the point is to not to just don't stop learning and don't be afraid to learn about anything. Sometimes you are like too quick to reach kind of a satisfaction. Of doing anything. Basically, I do. This is the best that I can do.
Yeah, you're not pushing your limits. Like that is something that you have to avoid.
Yeah.
True.
And also keep on. He likes reading. I don't really like reading, so he reads a lot. So he knows what happens in the world, basically. But I like to absorb more of the energy around me and what's going on. It works better for me, and somehow it's kind of synchronized. These two things together.
A floating anarchist pirate utopian container ship that we tour the world performing on, and is our own autonomous city.
Kenjer nang kedoan pating kelelet. Kenjer nang kedoan pating kelelet. Emae dole teko bubuti kencer. Emae dole teko Bu putih kenjer oleh sak tenong mongkur sedot sing tole kenjer saiki wis digawa mulih.